Hello, my name's Alan McCredie. I'm a photographer. I contribute to magazines with my images. I've worked for magazines in the past as a photography editor, but most importantly, I buy magazines, I read magazines, and I really like magazines. Today, I'll talk just a little bit about my favourite magazine, which is again a bit like Desert Island Discs. How do you choose your favourite songs? They change. For me, they would change every 2 minutes. So it's the same for magazines. But there's constants. The magazine that I particularly like at the moment, I read a lot, is this magazine, Nutmeg. It's less a sort of glossy format. It's more a kind of journal, perfect bound format. Very nice, nice paper stock. Nice smell, all the things that I like about magazines, all the tactile elements to them. It's based around the world of the crazy world of Scottish football, but it's much more than that. It goes into social issues, cultural issues, etc., history, social history. Just looking briefly through the latest issue, we've got articles on my friend the neo-Nazi, going to by Colin McPherson, who talks about his friend that he would visit in East Germany in the 80s and then discovered he was a neo-Nazi. So there's lots of issues like that. We've got, there's a really nice story by David Ross in here, which is about that culture of playing five-a-side football for years on end with the same group of people. So it's that sort of thing. It's not stories about Rangers and Celtic constantly. It's almost like everything else out with the football. It does some lovely photography as well. In the latest issue there's a really nice series by Brian Sweeney, which is kind of northern outposts of small football grounds up to the north of Scotland. Some really lovely imagery there as well. So a really lovely magazine, comes out 4 times a year. One that I really like at the moment. So I'm going to squeeze in another couple while I'm here. So as a photographer, obviously I like images. This magazine, Another Escape, again is like a sort of journal type magazine, but it's so beautifully put together. Same way as Nutmeg is. Lovely design in all of these, lovely images. Just love the way the design of the magazine. I love the imagery in this, and for me it's kind of perfect when you've got this great imagery backed up by really clever, intelligent writing as well, which both this and Nutmeg have in abundance. And finally, I couldn't go without mentioning the Beano, really. I read this when I was a kid. My dad had the first issue of it when it came out in the late 30s, I think, and my wee 9-year-old boy Joe reads this all the time, and when it comes through the letterbox he's absolutely over the moon with excitement. So I just love the fact that magazines like this have stood the test of time, and they've changed. This most recent issue talks about the lockdown, the stories based around that. So they adapt, they move on, and they succeed because they move with the times. So that's just a couple of my favourite magazines for you all to have a look at. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Cheers.